Hi, I'm Pete Brown, Developer Community Program Manager at Microsoft. This video is part of the MSDN Getting Started for Developer series and provides an overview of the web development options provided by our development tools. For a higher level overview of web development, please visit the Getting Started series web development page and view the first video on MSDN. Web development in Visual Studio includes three main technologies: ASP.NET development using web forms or MVC, Silverlight development for rich internet applications and islands of richness, and scripting with JavaScript and jQuery. ASP.NET is Microsoft's free web framework. You can use it to create applications and put them on the internet for anyone to use. ASP.NET uses IIS, Microsoft's web server. You can write code for ASP.NET with programming languages like Visual Basic or C#, or you can choose from other languages like Python or Ruby. You build ASP.NET sites using Visual Studio and run them on an Internet Information Server or IIS. Your websites can talk to any user on the internet using whatever browser they like. Silverlight applications are a combination of .NET code and XAML markup, running cross-browser and cross-platform on Windows, Mac, Linux, Nokia Symbian phones, Windows Phone 7, and soon on Xbox and set-top TV boxes. Silverlight applications execute on the client, in or out of the browser, and like JavaScript, have full access to the HTML page on which they are hosted. Silverlight has no server-side dependencies, just as happy with Apache as it is with ASP.NET. Silverlight applications may communicate with the site of origin and other servers and services on the internet or in an intranet. Silverlight web applications are safe and secure, operating in the sandbox. Silverlight code is trusted and reliable, checked both by the compiler and the runtime engine. Silverlight applications can be whole applications on their own, or nicely integrated into existing ASP.NET websites, sharing services, cookies, and even authentication and authorization. Silverlight includes a subset of the .NET framework, optimized for quick download and cross-platform install. The common use of .NET means you can share code and skills between your ASP.NET applications and your Silverlight applications to maximize reuse of business logic and other core development work. But what is .NET? .NET is our programming platform. It's a set of languages and thousands of objects, libraries, and features you can use in your own applications. .NET is a vibrant community. There are millions of developers using .NET. Many are professional developers and many are hobbyists. People create applications with .NET, millions of them. Some of the biggest and most popular websites in the world were created with .NET. With releases of WPF and Silverlight, the reach of .NET has expanded to include cutting-edge client applications from major ISVs, as well as rich internet applications from traditional .NET shops and design agencies alike. .NET is learning. You'll find .NET books in every bookstore in the world. Our forums get thousands of posts on a typical workday. There are thousands of companies and open-source communities for you to call upon. You'll find a dynamic ecosystem filled with components to enable your application, as well as millions of lines of open-source code for you to use, read, and learn from. .NET is about choice. Your choice of language, your choice of frameworks, your choice of browsers, your choice of components. The .NET framework provides support for powerful static languages like Visual Basic and C#, and now dynamic languages such as Iron Ruby and Iron Python. But what about client scripting with JavaScript and jQuery? Scripting helps make web pages more interactive, providing client-side logic to manipulate on-page elements in response to user actions. Scripting helps web pages on the client talk directly to services, providing for efficient data transfer without the overhead of a page refresh. Scripting shifts more processing to the client, allowing you to take advantage of local machine resources and offload processing from the server. With Ajax, scripting can also mean fewer bytes transferred, helping lower bandwidth and processing demands. Scripting is JavaScript, an open standard, and jQuery, an open-source toolkit built on JavaScript. Visual Studio 2010 has built-in JavaScript debugging, allowing you to seamlessly step through both your client-side scripting and server-side code, setting breakpoints, watch variables, and more. Microsoft is a contributor to the jQuery project, with developers assigned to provide assistance and features to the project. jQuery is a vibrant ecosystem with script-based plugins for many common processing and user interface tasks. jQuery is an open source and owned by the community. Most of all, jQuery is feature-rich and reliable, enhanced by the worldwide community of users, as well as Microsoft and other interested developers. Scripting with JavaScript and jQuery seamlessly fit into your ASP.NET applications, providing enhanced capabilities on the client. You start with ASP.NET. It's free, and it's powerful, and you can create any kind of website you can imagine, large or small. You'll run your ASP.NET website, scripts, and Silverlight applications on IIS, our web server. Thousands of companies and hosting partners can host your website for you, or you can even host it yourself. Visual Studio offers a free web development environment for developing and testing next-generation standards-based web applications and services. Visual Studio enables users of all levels to rapidly develop robust web solutions. You'll use Visual Studio to access powerful libraries and methods. You'll create ASP.NET web pages using Web Forms or MVC and the built-in design tools. The free Visual Studio Web Developer Express 2010 product supports development in ASP.NET, Silverlight, and Script. Visual Studio includes many productivity features like statement completion and IntelliSense to keep you working more and hunting for methods less. You'll be able to work directly with the source code and markup, enabling you to design and develop using the approach that works best for you. You'll create Silverlight pages using XAML markup, a human-readable and tooling language expressed as XML. The built-in designer offers you drag-and-drop forms creation and data binding while retaining the power of round-trippable markup. Silverlight solutions include an ASP.NET web project by default, making integration a snap. Expression Blend is a design tool for Silverlight and WPF applications. Blend builds on the capabilities offered in Visual Studio to support the design workflow with image importing in multiple popular formats, retaining layers and metadata. You can even take the imported layers and easily turn them into real interactive controls. Blend includes timeline-based animation support with keyframes, including many built-in easing functions. Blend includes support for visually designing the template for any control, including managing of visual states. Expression Blend shares the same project files as Visual Studio 2010 and can use the same Team Foundation server repository to ensure seamless integration with the rest of the project. Expression Blend includes support for design time data, auto-generated, based on types in existing classes, or even from an existing database. You can use this data when designing your pages and even in interactive prototypes. Visual Studio lets you create and manage databases and the data within them. You can access this data in a number of ways. You'll create code to pull data from your databases and display it in your user interface. You'll have support for IntelliSense that guides you along in the process. Visual Studio's editor helps you along the way, helping you understand the libraries that are available to you. Visual Studio, ASP.NET, and Silverlight, and many other tools and technologies, both Microsoft and third-party, are available using the free Microsoft Web Platform Installer. The Web Platform Installer automatically downloads the latest versions, saving you from tracking them down across the internet. We've covered a few different technologies in this video. Let's look at when to use each of them. Use ASP.NET when you want to create standards-based HTML web applications. Also use ASP.NET for content-based sites, especially if the content is dynamic or driven from a database. Use ASP.NET when broad reach is the deciding factor, or a major factor in your choice of presentation technologies. Use Silverlight when you want to create rich vector-based UI with advanced animation, easy styling, and excellent media support. Silverlight's advanced media capabilities, including smooth streaming, full 1080p HD video, and DRM, are unmatched. Silverlight applications can be standalone, rich, full functionality applications as well as part of a larger website. Choose Silverlight when you want the efficiency of a desktop application coupled with the deployment model of a traditional web application. Use scripting with jQuery and JavaScript when you want to add client-side processing to an existing ASP.NET application. Scripting is excellent for integrating back-end services using Ajax. You can also use scripting on static HTML pages to liven up content or integrate with services. ASP.NET, Silverlight, and scripting are complementary web technologies. It's common to see web applications that combine two or all three of these technologies, sometimes on the same page, each playing to their strengths to help provide the best user experience with the least developer effort. No matter which you choose, ASP.NET, Silverlight, or scripting, or a combination of all three, Microsoft tools will be there to help you succeed. For more information on the development tools and frameworks mentioned in this overview, including walkthroughs of building your first application, be sure to visit the Web Developer Getting Started Center on MSDN. Thank you.